Hello, friends. This is GV Shivakumar again, and today we are going to see about uh, say we are seeing the series of different engineering streams, right? Actually, so today I like to speak about computer science with the specialization in IoT, cyber security, and we have including blockchain. So in my last video, right, actually in the part one of the video on the in this engineering stream, we have discussed about the internet of things, IoT, and so how why we need cyber security when any attacks of I can say hacking attacks on the IoT connected network devices. So for an industry, it is very important, right? If you are going for many automation and connection of internet, then definitely there is a prone to cyber attack. So hackers can easily enter that. So we have three types of hackers, you know, right? Actually, so black hat hackers, white hat hackers, and gray hat hackers. So black hat hackers are actually without any information or where they are. Actually, they can actually hack the particular enterprise or industry network and change whatever they want and do whatever things. Actually, they were hired by the some people, and they are getting money from the third party or some competitor, and they can do that hacking in the competitive industry. And white hat hackers are normally actually hired by the organization itself to test whether their software development or software package or any product development, right, which are prone to cyber attack or which are very strong. I mean, their security was developed with a higher and greater security features. And say for example, if the white hat hacker hacked the particular network, then particular package or networks or some organization security or data security, data layer or something, so they can recognize the white hat hackers, and they will find the white hat hacker will tell actually these are the possible methods we did hacking through this method, through this channel. So they will did corrections on the coding part and make their software product very strong to safeguard their from the further attack, right? They will further actually change the coding and everything, and make the product more reliable in the customer when they are when a customer is buying. So these are the say the Norton antivirus kind of thing. Actually, if any hacking done, then actually Norton antivirus is very strong, and it will identify all the hacking features, or just for example, or Trojan horse or viruses, anything actually that was spread by the hacking teams, and it is act as a high secured antivirus software. Just for example, I'm telling. Okay, and if you're operating through the VPN network, then it is fine. Actually, it's free from the cyber attacks and hackers, right? That is one thing. And now, actually, gray hat hackers. So, gray hat hackers actually, there are two things they will do. One is actually they won't do anything, and second thing actually they will. They will after hacking they will tell actually the industry that we have hacked this channel this way, so please make some secure, safeguard or security features to bring that, and then actually you can safeguard your product, right? Software product you are developing or bringing to the market. So before coming to market, it should be virus free or Trojan horse free or hacking free, right? So it should not. It is very strong in that futures. So in those cases, sometimes actually the grey hat hackers were paid good salary and they were recruited, and sometimes they got good money or as a gift, because actually they identify the loopholes and everything, and where the hacking point is there. So everything they identify. Okay, so now actually this is about the cyber security, and so Now we are going to the blockchain. Okay, in the blockchain, right? So the important thing in the blockchain is actually to safeguard your transactional transactions. Say for example, okay, for example, say Shiva Industry Company is transacting some 1,000 rupees based on the Venkatesan Industries request, and we need some 1,000 rupees from your company to run a business or something. Just I mean, don't take. I mean, why they want just with 1,000 rupees can you run a business? Don't ask this question because just for your understanding purpose, I'm telling. So for example, the Venkatesan company I mean, asked for some 1,000 rupees from the Shiva industry, and Shiva industry has paid 1,000 rupees to the Venkatesan industry. So this is a these are two transactions. For Venkatesan industry, it is a money comes in, okay, and for Shiva industry, money goes out, okay. So this, please think on this future. So say at any point of time, Bangladesh industry can do fraudulent work, saying that actually they already pay the money to Shiva industry and so on so did, but they really did not. They have not paid any amount to the Shiva industry. It's a fraudulent entry in their book, and they will show Shiva industry that we have paid this much 1,000 rupees on the particular date, and we have an entry in the account book of records. Why can't you understand that? Like that, they will try say some blah 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 things, and Shiva industry is totally finally was cheated by the Venkatesan industry. So this happens in the real time business. How to stop this actually? Because how to stop that means in olden days we need some third party person, that is called a bank or a bank kind of thing. So through the banks actually the transaction between the two industries happen, and all the entries or transactions can be recorded by the bank persons as an intermediate person. So both the parties actually Shiva industry and Venkatesh industry are free, actually free from the worries and everything. Transaction is much more reliable and secure because bank people are monitoring everything. So it is a government industry or a private industry which is doing that. Okay. So second thing now, so nowadays actually if you are doing a transaction, the banking charges are too heavy because actually the bank people has to work on the transactions, and they need to I mean pay for the service there which was rendered by their IT vendors and every people, right? So definitely the transaction charges now are very heavy. So some group of people, right, some private parties or private governed peoples, right, actually they decided to mean they know the technology. That is why actually they decided why we need to use for our transaction, because bank is charging lot of money on I mean this much tax and this much I mean for particular transferring of my amount, this much interest they are capturing and everything. So why we need to pay unnecessary banking charges and everything for doing our internal transactions? Why we know technology, we himself can individually handle in between the two parties. Why can't we do that? And we need one year a third party person so to monitor and acknowledge all the activities. So in that reason only, because they know the technology, they have created a new technology called blockchain. So the name represents the blockchain means actually it is totally blocking the unwanted entries or third party third man entries or any fraudulent or any I mean human cost issues, right? Actually they can prevent using the blockchain. The name itself represents a blockchain. So all the blocks, say for example, now I told you that I mean Shiva industry has given some 1,000 rupees to Venkatesan industry, and Venkatesan industry has received that based on their request. So now in my records, right, issuing 1,000 rupees to Venkatesan industry will be an account that can be created as a block, and for their industry, Venkatesan industry, they receive the amount on so and so date. That account will be created as a block. Okay. So to I mean in respective industries they created the block, and now this transaction was monitored by many thousands of people in the network. I mean not not in one single systems or one single organization's system. It was monitored by common by many people, but for the future security futures, then this group of people never know who gave money and who received the money. So in blockchain, we have the facility to block the names of the particular sender and receiver. But on so and so date, from this point to this point, this much amount was transferred, and this transfer was acknowledged by the many persons in the common network, monitored by the many persons. So if any transfer happens, these persons will acknowledge, or actually this is a valid transaction. They will do that, and they will for that they are getting the money. That is called a mining. Okay, so this is called a mining for verifying the activity performed by the two other unknown persons. They are verifying from their end, like I mean like that. So it's some thousands of users in the blockchain. In the I mean they everyone is connected to the blockchain. So we'll acknowledge this transaction as a valid transaction. Then they are getting money for that, for acknowledging that. Say in for sometimes actually say the Siva industry, I mean the Venkateswara industry is trying to cheat the Siva industry. So in the block already created, they are trying to enter the new account activity, saying that we have already paid the amount in so and so date to Shiva industry, so account was closed. If they are trying to enter this message by creating a new block and trying to insert that, the system won't accept, because whatever, when they are creating a block, automatically the hash value for the particular block or hash value for the particular transaction is already recorded in all the thousands of systems connected to the blockchain. And if you are trying to insert a new block, yeah, that number will not match, because the for the successive block or accounts are block, when accounts are called, I mean, grouped together as a block, right? So that successive blocks number will have the record of the previous block. Okay, so likewise, each previous block hash value will be connected to the successive or next preceding blocks, right? So likewise, millions of blocks are interconnected. Say if a person, say Venkateswaran industry is trying to change the account, say actually they paid the amount and they did some change that to credit or something debit. This was immediately notified by many persons, because this message was displayed in all the thousands of people's system screen, and then actually they will sell. I mean, they will see that, and they are getting actually. I mean, wherever system you change, in that only that hash value will get changed. But for others, it won't get changed. It is showing invalid, some which is not accepted by the system. So immediately they will tell actually this is not a valid transaction. Then everything actually, when easily the fraudulent activity made by inserting a new block in the existing block, right, saying that actually the new block is doing faulty things created by the Venkateswaran industry, will be notified, and they will be immediately punished and taken corrective action, right? This is the blockchain security. So this is, I mean, out of, we have three security features in the blockchain. One is a hash value. Second is the I can say um, statement of work. Okay, and then distributed network. So this is the third three features in the blockchain technology. So through that, actually, all the blocks or accounts can be easily safeguarded, right? This distribution network, third one is also called public ledger, because everyone is viewing that. So hash value I already told. The previous block hash value or block value can be recorded in the successive blocks. That is one technology. If a party, say for example, if particular hacker hacks that and change the particular successive block hash value, then that that the block value hash value will not coincide or will not map with the existing blocks already created. So he has to change each and every successive block values in the network, blockchain network. That is not at all possible, because the proof of work is nothing but, I can say, say for example, we're changing the hash value in a particular block will take some 10 minutes update. Likewise, if you need to update, the total value of a change, right? Actually, say for example, if I need to make some 100 rupees to 1 lakh or over 1 crore, then actually, yeah, you need to edit that. For editing that in a particular block will take actually 10 minutes time update after you edit. So likewise, actually, if you for complete update of the complete blockchain network, so for changing each and every blocks, actually it will take a lot of hours of time. So that is totally not possible in case of in case of a blockchain network. Okay, so also actually even the first hash value can be hacked by the hacker. The second thing, proof of work, right? Proof of work means actually whatever, say actually, whatever the transaction made by the Siva industry, saying that some 100 rupees has been given to the Venkatesan industry. That transaction was acknowledged by, already told, some thousands of users in the blockchain in that page. They will acknowledge that. For acknowledging the valid transaction, they are getting money. That is called a mining. The technology is called mining. So likewise, actually, they are earning lot of points, right? So this is normally, this blockchain concept was first used in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. Okay, so due to that, if you are doing mining, acknowledging the third party someone's transaction, they are getting some bitcoins or cryptocurrency in their account. That is a virtual, it is a digital coin. Actually, it is a paperless transaction without bank or RBI's intervention. Not in India, actually, the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is not accepted. So RBI has strictly formulated that, and even in parliamentary Indian Parliament, actually, they told actually cryptocurrency or Bitcoin transaction is not allowed. It is an unauthorized transaction. But in some countries like US or some European countries, they are accepting the Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency to support paperless cash transactions, right? So in that cases, actually, you need these three securities. First is a hash value for the block, and second thing, proof of work. Proof of work means you are acknowledging someone's transaction, thereby you are getting a cryptocurrency or some bitcoins in your account, virtual points added, money you can encash later at a point, right? So please mind that actually the bitcoin or cryptocurrency is a digital currency. And third one, even if a hacker hacks the hash value of the block or proof of work, even though actually we have the third security called distributed network. This is a specialty in the blockchain. Okay, also called public ledger. So here, say even though you have, as already told, even a hacker hacks a particular block and change the value of transactions and change the hash value in a particular block. So immediately, the system will check the corresponding block, and the thousands of users will get the message update saying that is an invalid transaction, because invalid status message, because this particular block was totally, hacked by some person, unknown person. He changes everything and he changes hash value, everything. So which is not matching with the existing previous block. So definitely systems tells this, and for changing each and every one, as I told, it takes actually many time, actually hours of time, actually, because for changing after editing to update the status, it takes some 10 minutes of time. Likewise, you need to update the hash value in some thousands of or millions of blocks after your accounts can be say you want to change some hundred, I mean 1 lakh instead of 100, so you need to work on all these blocks, right? It's called a blockchain. So this is a highly safest future, and say more than that, actually we are not. I mean that is what actually this is totally not possible, and for this reason, actually say for example, if an experienced hacker is there, he can do something. At that point only, the cyber security will come into place. So the cyber security won't allow to change all the blocks or even single blocks at a time, because it is having a very safe, I mean safeguarded fire secure, I mean firewalls or VPNs kind of connected things. So if you are using, if you are doing any banking transaction, if you are doing in a firewall implemented or a VPN network, the hackers cannot hack your system. Even actually gray hat hacker or black hat hacker or white hat hacker, nobody can hack your system. Okay, that is very important. And for your kind information, after 2030 or 2040, the banking system was totally avoided or replaced by the this blockchains, because due to its specialized features. Say actually in bank also, actually if a particular accountant or a bank manager is having authority to change their accounts in the particular accounts maintained by the customers, they if because due to their power, they actually say is the subordinates or people working below him cannot have that access, and he's having only one access, then that is a really dangerous thing. He can share the, I mean he can do fraudulent works, and he can transfer to anyone's who are who, I mean who the whom they are very close to him, or more interested, or to a relative, or even their family members, right? That transferring the money to them is possible with the support of many people. But in blockchain, if you are following the blockchain remove, I mean replacing the banks, then your transactions can be monitored by thousands or millions of people forming the group. And second thing, I mean the person who is giving or receiving those details are not in that common space or blockchain. Only the amount, date, and timestamp, and what type of transactions, everything can be recorded. This is one biggest advantage, right? Actually, so this kind of blockchain activity, I mean, is a very highly safeguard futures in coming days. Definitely, it plays a vital role in the finance industry, and this blockchain is not only, I mean, it was first introduced in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin due to the security features in blockchain. But actually later it was so that it get familiar, I mean popularized due to bitcoins and everything, right? Actually due to that, blockchain technology was much more popularized. But for the kind information, it is used in the supply chain industries, pharma industry, and many more actually fast moving consumer goods industries, because due to its security features of transactions. So slowly it will replace the banking system by 2030 or 40. Then actually it will be more used to all the people, right? Actually, because cashless digital transaction with high security features and no I mean hack free, and then actually all these problems are totally solved. So in coming days, actually, I mean, the blockchain technology will extend it to further patient care systems or healthcare systems. So, if you want to maintain the high-profile data of the patient's health issues and everything, so without making, I mean, a notice to other people to hack that, right? So, say for example, very important VIP persons like great leaders or great persons who are in the positions to, without knowing their, I mean without making the data to be hacked actually. So we need to have a secure future. So for that actually we need blockchain. This is very useful for the government industries and public sectors and central government organizations and everything, to safeguard the information and money. So the blockchain technology I have told, right? So that is really useful for the students who are interested in computer science with specialization in IoT, cyber security, and blockchain, with including blockchain. So in my third part of my video, in the computer science specialization with IoT, cybersecurity, including blockchain, I like to discuss about the cybersecurity future. I already told how the cybersecurity will be utilized in the IoT phase and the blockchain, right? Actually, to safeguard the user's transaction within the particular network with highly specialized features. So for that, actually, we need the cyber security, right? So thanks for watching my videos. This is GV Shukmar signing off.